1. Introduction. My name is Emily. I am telling you my story. It is a story about my life, the choices I made, and the big secrets I kept. When I was 24 years old, my life changed forever. I met two men at the same time. Their names were Liam and Daniel. I did not plan for this to happen. I never thought I would fall for two different people. But I did. Liam was a calm and kind man. He was a few years older than me. He always made me feel safe and secure. He was gentle and sweet. Being with Liam felt like being in a peaceful harbor. He was reliable and thoughtful. He seemed like the perfect person for a steady life. Daniel was very different from Liam. He was younger than me, full of energy and excitement. He was wild and unpredictable. Daniel was funny and charming, but there was also a hint of danger about him. Being with Daniel was like a thrilling adventure. He made my heart beat faster. He was exciting and made me feel alive in a new way. Both Liam and Daniel liked me very much. They both wanted to spend time with me. This made me feel special, but also very confused. I liked them both, and I could not choose. I did not want to pick one and lose the other. I told myself that it was just a temporary situation. I thought it was just fun, a light-hearted game. I believed I was in control of my feelings and the situation. I thought I could manage liking two different men without any problems, but I was wrong. I was terribly wrong. My easy life suddenly became very complicated. One day, everything changed. I found out I was pregnant. This news was a huge shock. It was a big surprise that turned my world upside down. I felt scared and alone. I did not know what to do next. The news of the baby meant that I could no longer avoid making a choice. This was the beginning of my big secret. My life was about to become much harder than I ever imagined. I had to think about the baby, about Liam, and about Daniel. This was the start of a very difficult journey for me. 2. A big secret. I had a big secret. I was pregnant. I was very afraid. I did not know what to do. My mind was full of questions. Who was the father? Was it Liam? Was it Daniel? I did not know. This secret felt heavy in my heart. I could not tell anyone yet. I kept it to myself for some time. It was a big burden. Liam and Daniel were still in my life. They both cared for me. One day, Liam gave me a special gift. It was a beautiful ring. He called it a promise ring. He said it meant he would always be there for me. He wanted to take care of me. He was kind and steady. He made me feel safe. This made my secret even harder to keep. Then Daniel spoke to me. He told me he loved me very much. He said he wanted to be with me always. He even talked about leaving our town. He wanted us to go somewhere new, just the two of us. He had a wild spirit. He made me feel excited and alive. But his words also made me think. What about my secret? How could I tell him? I was in a difficult place. I loved them both, but I had to make a choice. I thought about my future. I thought about the baby. I needed to decide quickly. It was the hardest decision of my life. I knew someone would get hurt, but I had to protect myself and my baby. I thought about Liam's calm nature. He was stable. He wanted to build a future. He wanted to take care of me. Daniel was exciting, but maybe not ready for such a big responsibility. I felt like I was playing a game, and now the game was over. I had to face the truth, but I could not tell everyone the whole truth. So, I made my decision. It was a very hard one. I went to Liam. My heart was beating fast. I took a deep breath. I looked at him. Then I told him the big news. I told him I was pregnant, and I told him that he was the father. It was a lie, but I felt I had no other choice. Liam looked very happy. He smiled. He did not ask many questions. He just hugged me tightly. Then he said something amazing. He asked me to marry him. He wanted to be my husband. He wanted to be a family. He said he would take care of me and our baby. I said yes to Liam. I accepted his proposal. I put on the engagement ring. It was a beautiful ring, a symbol of a new life, but it was also a symbol of a big secret. I was going to marry Liam. I was going to have his baby, or so he thought. I had made my choice. I never told Daniel the truth. The secret stayed hidden deep inside me. I hoped no one would ever find out. This was the start of my new life, built on a lie. 3. My wedding day. The day of my wedding arrived. It was a truly beautiful day. The sky was blue and the sun was shining brightly. Liam's family had a lot of money, so the wedding was very grand. Many guests came to the church to see us. The church was decorated with lovely white flowers. Everyone looked happy and cheerful. They all told me I was a very lucky girl. They said I was marrying a wonderful man, Liam. They believed I would have a perfect life with him. I tried my best to smile for everyone, but it was very difficult. Inside, I did not feel lucky at all. I felt terrible and full of fear. I was hiding a very big secret from everyone. My hands were shaking a little, even though I tried to keep them still. This whole day was built on a lie, and I knew it deep in my heart. My heart felt heavy with guilt. As I walked slowly down the aisle, I looked at all the faces in the pews. Then my eyes found him, Daniel. He was standing quietly at the very back of the church. His face looked sad. His eyes were full of pain and hurt. He did not smile at all. He did not say any words. He just stood there looking at me. My heart hurt even more when I saw his sad face. For a moment, I wanted to stop walking. I wanted to run to him and tell him the whole truth, but I could not do it. I kept walking forward, one step after another. I reached Liam, who was waiting for me. Liam smiled a wide, happy smile. He looked so joyful. The wedding ceremony began. The priest spoke many words. It was time for our vows. I said, "I do." Liam also said, "I do." We put rings on each other's fingers. Then we were husband and wife. I was now Mrs. Emily Carter. Everyone in the church clapped loudly. They cheered for us. They came to hug us and say congratulations. But inside, I felt like a complete liar. The heavy secret was still inside me, like a big, cold stone. I had married Liam. I had promised to be his wife forever. But the huge lie was still there, hidden from every single person in the room. I wondered what Daniel was thinking as he left the church. I wondered if he would ever find out the truth. I hoped he would never know. I felt that I had to keep this secret safe forever. This was my big, dark secret on my wedding day. I was married, but I was not truly free. I was trapped by the choices I had made. I knew I had to live with this lie every single day from now on. It was a heavy burden to carry. For my new baby, our son Noah, was born. He was born 7 months after our wedding day. This was a happy time for Liam. He was very excited to be a father. He held Noah in his arms. He called Noah my little boy. Liam loved Noah very much. He smiled a lot when he was with our baby. He bought many toys for Noah. He spent a lot of time playing with him. Liam never seemed to notice anything strange. He did not see it, or maybe he did not want to see it, but I saw it clearly. When I looked at Noah, I saw Daniel. Noah had Daniel's eyes. They were the same color. They had the same shape. Every day my guilt grew stronger. I felt very bad inside. I was living a big lie. I held Noah close to me. Sometimes at night I would cry. I would whisper, "I am so sorry, Noah." I felt sorry for my baby. I felt sorry for Liam. I felt sorry for myself too. I knew I had made a very big mistake. I tried to be a good wife to Liam. I tried to be a good mother to Noah. But the secret was always there. It was like a heavy weight on my heart. I stopped going to places where Daniel might be. I did not want to see him. I did not want to talk to him. I was afraid of what he might say. I was afraid of what he might do. I wanted to forget everything about Daniel. I wanted to forget my past with him. I wanted to just live my new life with Liam and Noah. I hoped Daniel would just disappear. I hoped he would leave me alone forever. I thought if I ignored the problem, it would go away. But life does not work like that. The truth always finds a way to come out. It always comes to the surface. 5. A man from the past. Emily was at home one afternoon. Her phone made a sound. It was a new message. She looked at the screen. The message was from Daniel. It had only 2 words. It said, "I know." Emily's heart jumped inside her chest. She felt a cold fear. How did Daniel know her big secret? She had kept it hidden for so long. She felt very worried. She felt very scared. A few days later, Daniel came to her house. Liam was not at home that day. He was at work. Emily was alone with her baby son, Noah. She heard a knock at the door. She walked slowly to the door and opened it. Daniel stood there. His eyes looked deep into her eyes. He did not smile a warm smile. His face was serious. Emily felt her hands begin to shake. She did not know what to say. Daniel walked inside the house. Emily could not stop him. He looked around the living room. Then his eyes found Noah. Noah was playing on the floor with his toys. Daniel walked closer to Noah. He looked at the baby for a long time. Emily watched him. Her breath stopped in her throat. She was afraid of what Daniel would do. Daniel then looked at Emily again. He spoke in a low voice. His voice was calm, but it was strong. He said, "You married the wrong father, Emily." These words hit Emily like a cold wave. She felt very weak. Her legs felt like jelly. She wanted to run away, but she could not move. She just stood there, shaking with fear. Daniel did not shout at her. He did not yell. He did not make a loud noise. This quietness was worse than any shouting. It was a quiet threat. It was a deep, cold feeling of danger. Emily wished he would yell. Yelling would be easier to understand. But his calm words made her more afraid. She knew he was very serious. Daniel bent down. He gently kissed Noah on his little forehead. It was a strange moment. A kiss from the man who knew her secret. Then, without another word, Daniel turned and walked out of the house. He closed the door quietly behind him. Emily did not move until she heard his car drive away. Emily stood alone in her living room. The house felt very quiet, too quiet. Her body was still shaking. She looked at Noah. He was still playing with his toys. He did not know what had just happened. Emily felt tears in her eyes. This was the day her big secret started to break. This was the day her life started to fall apart. She knew nothing would be the same again. Her hidden truth was now known by Daniel, and he had come to tell her. 6. My husband leaves. Liam found out the truth. I did not know how he learned it. Maybe Daniel told him. Maybe Liam had known for a long time. The thought made my heart heavy. I had kept this big secret. Now it was out. The air in our home felt thick with unspoken words. When Liam knew, he did not yell or shout. He did not cry. His face was very quiet. It was worse than any anger. His eyes looked very sad. They looked broken. This was a deep sadness I had never seen. He did not look like the Liam I knew. He looked like a stranger hurt by my actions. His quiet pain was harder to see than a loud fight. He walked to our bedroom. I followed him, my legs weak. My mind raced, but I found no words. He opened his closet. He took out a big suitcase. Slowly, he started to put his clothes inside. Each item he folded felt like a piece of my life leaving. My stomach felt sick. I wanted to speak, to explain, to beg him to stay, but no words came out. My throat was tight. Liam turned to me. His voice was calm, but it held sharp pain. "You broke me, Emily," he said. His words were like a cold wind. "You used me." He looked at me for a moment. There was no anger, only deep disappointment in his eyes. He zipped his suitcase, the sound loud in the silent room. He picked it up. He walked past me. He did not touch me. He did not look back. He went to the front door. He opened it slowly. Light from outside came into the hallway. He stepped out. Then he closed the door. The sound was soft, but it echoed loudly in the quiet house like a final goodbye. I stood there alone. The house felt empty. It was so quiet, too quiet. I could not hear Liam's steps anymore. He was truly gone. My husband had left me. The man I had promised to love forever was walking away because of my lie. I fell to the floor. Tears came then, hot and fast. I cried for Liam, for the good man I had hurt. I cried for myself, for the mess I had made. I had loved Liam. He was good and kind. He had given me a home and a family. He had loved Noah like his own son, but I had lied to him. I had broken his trust. And Daniel. I had loved Daniel too. He was the real father of my child, but I had pushed him away. Now Liam was gone. Daniel had walked away. I felt like I had lost both men. The two men I had loved were far from me. My secret had cost me everything. I was truly alone in this big, quiet house. The future looked dark. My choices had led me to this moment with a broken heart and heavy guilt. 7, the big test. After Liam left, a new kind of silence filled the house. It was not a peaceful silence. It was heavy and full of unsaid words. Liam needed to be completely sure about Noah. He asked for a paternity test. It was a very important step for everyone involved. I knew it was necessary, but it still made my heart feel heavy. Daniel also wanted to know the truth for sure. He wanted to understand his place, too. The process for the test was simple, but for me, it felt like a very long time. We went to a special place. They took a small sample from Noah and from Daniel. They also took one from Liam, even though he was not there. We had to wait for the results. Every day felt like a week. I tried to stay busy, but my mind always went back to the test. What would the paper say? I already knew the answer in my heart, but seeing it on paper would make it real for everyone. Finally, the day came. The results arrived. The paper said it clearly. Daniel was Noah's real father. The truth, which I had hidden for so long, was now out. It was no longer just my secret. It was a fact written down and proven. This truth did not stay a secret for long. Somehow, the news became public. It was everywhere. My story was in the newspapers, on the television, and on the internet. People talked about it. I saw headlines like, "Wife lies about baby's father." My name, Emily Carter, was everywhere. It was very painful to see and to read. My phone rang many times, but I did not answer it. I felt a deep shame. I did not want to face anyone. I felt like everyone was looking at me, judging me. I stayed in bed for many days. I closed the curtains in my room. I did not eat much food. I just wanted to disappear. I thought about Liam, who I had hurt so much. I thought about Daniel and the big secret I kept from him. My mistakes felt very big and heavy. But then I looked at Noah. He was so small and innocent. He did not know about the big problems. He did not know about the lies or the newspapers. He just needed his mother. He needed me to be strong. I could not stay in bed forever. I had to get up for him. He was my son, and I loved him more than anything. Slowly, I started to move. I opened the curtains. I ate a little food. It was time to face the world, not for myself, but for Noah. I knew I had to be brave for my son. 8. A new life. Daniel came back. He did not want to hurt me anymore. He came for Noah. He wanted to be a father to our son. He told me he still loved me. But he said I had to love him too, for real this time. This was not about old secrets. This was about a new start. I looked at Daniel. I saw the love in his eyes. He was ready to build a life with me and Noah. He wanted to co-parent with me, to share all the duties and joys of raising our child. This felt right. Then Liam came back too. He did not come to be my husband again. He came to speak with me. He looked at me and his eyes were kind. He told me he forgave me. This was a big moment for me. Liam's words helped me a lot. For a long time, I felt very bad about everything. I felt guilty and ashamed. Liam's forgiveness helped me to forgive myself. It was like a heavy weight left my heart. His kindness showed me that even after great pain, healing was possible. Now I had to choose again. Before, I chose Liam out of fear. I was afraid to tell the truth. I was afraid of being alone. But this time, it was different. I was not afraid. I looked at my life. I looked at Noah. I looked at Daniel. My heart told me what to do. I chose Daniel. I chose him because I loved him. It was a true love, not a choice made from fear or guilt. This time, everything was open and honest. I told him all my true feelings. We started our new life. It was not easy at first. We had to learn many things. We had to build trust again, but we did it together. Daniel was a good father to Noah. He spent a lot of time with him. Noah loved his father very much. We were a family now, a family built on truth. We were not perfect. No family is, but we were happy. We had faced many hard times. We had learned many lessons. I had made big mistakes, but in the end, I found the right love. My new life with Daniel and Noah was a life I truly wanted. It was a life full of honesty and real love.